Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. And over the weekend, I discussed the Chase Sapphire Preferred and an unsubstantiated rumor about the annual fee on that card increasing to $150 on January 1st of 2026 with no changes to the card. And I highlighted why that made no sense. There was no crumbs of information to give you verification of that. Today, I've got another unsubstantiated rumor about another credit card, but this one actually kind of lines up and makes a fair amount of sense. So what am I talking about? We've got the Doctor of Credit here, and it's about the Barclays Advantage Aviator Red credit card. And according to a Reddit user in a now deleted post, the Barclays American Airlines card will be discontinued to new signups on September 30th. Barclays will stop offering the Advantage Aviator Red MasterCard on September 30th. The current $50K sign-on bonus with no annual fee will be the final offering for the card before closing for good. Their source for this information is as follows. They claim that their brother works as a flight attendant for the airline, had screenshots of their internal comms. Whatever. I'm going to discount that portion of things because you can say things to give yourself an air of credibility. How true is that necessarily? I don't know. But I don't need that portion of things to have an idea that this rumor might actually make a fair amount of sense. Now, what do we know about this rumor? September 30th is the last day to get Barclays Aviator Reds, supposedly. This makes a fair amount of sense because this is the end of the third quarter. This also comes on the heels of announcements earlier this year that Barclays will be selling its back book of American Airlines cards to Citi in 2026, so they could be taking the entirety of quarter four to get an idea of how many accounts they have, what the final dollar per account number will be between Citi and Barclays, because the sale is happening. They just need to get the final dollar number, make sure that the transfer is done, all of this, right? And it gives Barclays plenty of time to reach out to its cardholders and say, as of X date, Barclays and Citi, your Barclays card will become a Citi card. They will also finalize the date in question, right? And also it allows Barclays to collect any annual fees between October 1st and December 31st to be the last of the annual fees that they get out of these cards before those cards transfer over to Citi. Makes a certain amount of sense. So September 30th makes sense. It's the end of the third quarter. You get all of quarter four to get the final number assessed, which if that number reaches $2 billion, anything north of $2 billion, I'm going to laugh, because Citi is just going to be spending lots of money between the welcome offers on the Citi Strata Elite, the welcome offers on the Citi Strata, the transfers that they have to do to American Airlines from the Citi program, from thank you points over to American Airlines to complete the sale of points. Even if they're getting a nice discount, they're still going to be spending a lot of money over the next couple of months. And we'll see how expensive this endeavor gets to be, and we'll also see how potentially profitable this endeavor will be for Citibank. I have doubts, but Aviator Red, which is a $99 annual fee, lol, usually a 50 to 70,000 point welcome offer. So right now it's at the low end of things where they have gone as high as 70,000 with no annual fee for the first year. I think a good number of those were done either in quarter two or in quarter one. Why not? And they've been upgrading folks from the Aviator Red to the Aviator Silver with somewhat reckless abandon this year because, again, Barclays don't care. They want to get as much money in quarter four as possible. So as many accounts that they can open, they're going to open legally. Aviator Red, I'm not going to say this rumor is confirmed, but I'm going to say that there's a lot more there with this rumor than there was with the Chase Sapphire Preferred rumor. This is shutting down the card. This is last applications. Card's still active. You're going to have plenty of time to reach out to your customer base and say, as of this date, you will be getting a new card with Citi, whether that card is going to be a temporarily issued Citi Aviator Red, which I don't think would be the case, but more likely what would happen is folks get transferred over to the Citi Advantage Platinum Select card. This is the $99 card. Currently no annual fee on the intro offer, where it gives you first free check bag for you and up to 4 companions, saving about $400 per round trip. If you have 5 people on their account, 2 miles per dollar on restaurants, gas stations, and eligible American Airlines purchases. So you get 2 more categories for 2x miles, 25% savings on in-flight food and beverage purchases on American Airlines flights when you use the card, no foreign transaction fees, $125 flight discount when you spend $20,000 in a year. basically nobody does this, and preferred boarding on American Airlines flights. This is the cleanest one-to-one transfer of a card for those who hold the Aviator Red. Unfortunately, I have a bad feeling that those who hold the Aviator Silver are also going to get stuck with the Platinum Select, because the next card up would be not the Mile Up card, because that has no annual fee. But the next card up is the Executive card, right? The Executive card has a $595 annual fee. So I don't think you're going to be able to go from a $199 annual fee to a $595 card with ease. You could probably contact Citi and see if you could upgrade the card to the Advantage Executive World Elite, but you're going to hose yourself on getting a welcome offer on that card. So probably what would be best would be to apply for the Executive World MasterCard before your card transfers over, get the welcome offer on that card, and then you could live with a $99 card. I don't know what your best play is going to be, but you're not going to get the Mile Up card unless I think you have the Aviator Blue, which is no annual fee. There were multiple stages of Aviators. But most likely, if you have the Aviator Red, you're probably going to be getting the Advantage Platinum Select. If you have the Aviator Silver, you're most likely getting the Platinum card as well from Citi and American Airlines. It does stand to reason that there's likely going to be a change of those cards in 2026. Now, most likely what will happen is there will be the Mile Up card at no annual fee. You'll have the Platinum card at $150. You're going to have a card that will spiritually succeed the Aviator Silver. That will probably be somewhere around $350. And then you'll have the Executive card at $595, or potentially get a small bump and an additional credit or two and moved up to $650, because that will allow them to follow the same formula that Delta follows and the same formula that United now follows, where there's a no annual fee card, a $150, a $350, and then a card north of $550, whether it be $595, $650 like the Delta Reserve, or $695 like the United Club cards. But that is a 2026-2027 problem. In 2025, the Aviator Red will potentially stop taking applications on September 30th. This makes a significant amount of sense because it's also going to give Barclays time to settle those accounts out in the quarter that it remains in the year, to assess those welcome offers and reach out to those clients and say, as of date X, which is coming in 2026, you will no longer have this card. It will be a transition to Citi, and Citi will issue you a new card with new number and new benefits based on whatever card you end up getting. So there we go. I'm going to go with this rumor, while unsubstantiated, is far more likely to be true than the previous rumor about the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Why? We have context to give us an indication that this would make a fair amount of sense. We know we can assess that given the quarter that Barclays is giving itself to work with, that is going to be used to communicate to customers, to settle on the final sale price with Citi, and to get their affairs in order, and to wind down their systems for awarding American Airlines points and miles to customers, because that December billing cycle is likely to be the last cycle that they will collect any payments on. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be super clean, and into January everybody has a Citi card. No, but I do think that they're going to use quarter four to clear the deck, so to speak, and dot their I's, cross their T's, put all their ducks in a row, all of those idioms and whatnot. So cliches, that's the other word I was looking for. So that's going to do it for this one. Just wanted to give some credence to this possible rumor, highlight it because it makes far more sense than the Chase Sapphire Preferred. But there you go. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button down below. 2 videos are going to pop up here, over this way, most recent on the channel, and something that YouTube thinks you'll like. If you want to check me out on some other channels, there's the Bridge Banter podcast that's going to come up on one side of the screen, and my channel if you want to hit subscribe there. You can also check me out on the Stack Your Points podcast that we record on Monday nights. We release on Wednesdays and Fridays here on YouTube, and we do a live on Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. Look forward to you joining me there. And check out the pinned comment for ways to support me outside of YouTube, as well as my channel membership, which you can join for $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. It would be greatly appreciated. So thank you so much for your time. Bye for now.